Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ben with Eritabe. Today, I have a very nice one for you. Today, I want to show you guys update on the fig cuttings that I'm rooting in Perlite in heating bin. The reason why I decided to root most of my cuttings in the heating bin is to reduce electricity. Um, Also, not to encourage fungus gnat to play around my cuttings. And also, the reason why I decided to use perlite to root most of my cuttings is because fungus gnat doesn't like perlite. Perlite, they are very hard substance, so they can't go through them to go into the root of the fig cuttings and destroy those roots. So my mixture, my routine medium mixture, was 3 cups of perlite to 1 cup of potting mix. And the reason why I put potting mix, so that when you start producing roots, the potting mix, the soil can hold the perlite and the roots all together. So when I'm pulling it out of the cup, the perlite will not just pour out. There is soil mixed with it, and then with the roots bounding all together. So today I want to show you how the fig cuttings are doing. And not only that, to show you how I manage electricity when rooting my fig cuttings. I made I got cardboard boxes, empty boxes. So I turned it into where I put cuttings that start producing roots. I transfer them into the cardboard box with a lamp in it to give it light, because the light in this room is not strong enough to give them photosynthesis as they want. But being in that cardboard box, it brings the light closer to them, and the heat in that cardboard box will be warmer than the temperature in this room. So I want to show you guys what I'm doing, show you update. To encourage you one way or the other, to inspire you, to help you to know how to manage electricity, because when it comes to rooting, people spend extra money on light bills. But I don't want to spend too much money on light bill. And that's why I prefer rooting in spring and summer. I can put the cuttings in my garden shade or outside where there is no much sun. Leave them there. I have videos on how to root fig cuttings in summer or how to root fig cuttings in spring. I have videos on those ones. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so that you can have access to all of my videos. But let me show you how these fig cuttings are doing in the heat bin. Today is 2nd of March. I want to show you guys or I want to give you guys update on what is going on with these cuttings that I'm rooting in the heating bin. I made a video that I posted when I started rooting this cutting. But let me show you. Okay. Now let me say something before I take it off. You can see that there is no water dripping from the cover of this bean. There is no sign of humidity in this bean, and the reason is because it is the room temperature that this eating bean is using. There is no extra light. It's not outside where this does not receive any sunlight at all. So that's why you don't see water dripping from this cover. And that's why you don't see water much in there, because the room temperature is not that hot. So for you to see the humidity in this heating bean. And I like it because it helps the cuttings to root slowly, not very fast. Because if the humidity in here is so high, it will produce top growth and less roots. Even with this, it has a lot of cuttings with top growth and few with roots. So I checked it earlier on today and I saw some of the cuttings, they have roots. Now let me show you. Let me see. You can see root there. That's a root right there. That's another root there. So they've started, look at root. And this is the rooting medium is 3 cups of perlite and 1 cup of potting mix. And because of that, you won't see no fungus gnat in here. There is no fungus gnat. Why? Even when sometimes I leave it open for 2 days, 3 days before covering it back. No fungus gnat, because the mixture, 3 cups of perlite to 1 cup of soil, will not allow fungus gnat to go into this rooting medium to lay eggs or to eat up the roots, because the perlite will not allow it to go down, to lay egg and to destroy the roots. Look at this, is the variety. I think the French variety, Mandre de Doux. You know, and look at the top growth. So let me show you another one. Here is another one. No top growth yet, but look at the root. That's root there. That is root there. No top growth, and that's good. Forming roots first with no top growth. And then here is another one. This one gave me a surprise. Look at even roots coming out of the holes right there. Look at that. Look at the root. And no top growth yet. I'm happy with this. I was surprised when I saw this. Now the name of this variety is AP. I can't remember the meaning of AP. I've been looking online where I bought my cuttings from, but all I know is AP. Hopefully I will find out what AP means. But look at that. Coming out of the hole. Look at the roots at the bottom. They've been in this heating bin. When did I? Let me see what date. Okay. Today is 2nd of March. I started rooting this 4th of February. Less than 1 month. Less than 1 month. So, what I do, if you see, you can see that there are space here. There's some cuttings that are rooted early. I've transferred them to a cardboard box where I have light. So these ones, these three, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to transfer them into the cardboard box so that they can be under the light and enjoy photosynthesis. So this is, so far there are still others that are just that are just forming roots. Some of these cuttings, few of them, but I just want to show us these 3 cuttings, and I'm going to transfer these 3 cuttings into the cardboard box, and I will show you other cuttings that are in the cardboard box already. Okay, this is my cardboard box where I transfer cuttings that start rooting from the eating bin. I transfer them into this cardboard box that I made. You have to improvise. Now, where my cuttings are, my cuttings don't use heating mat, no extra light. It's just room temperature that my cuttings are being rooted with. Room temperature, no heating mat, nothing extra. But when they start bringing, or when they start producing roots, then I transfer them into this box that I made myself. Let me show you. Now this is the cover of the box. This cover came with this box. It was at the bottom of this cardboard box to make it stronger. So I remove it. Look at the top here. It has a hole. So I made this to cover it to retain more heat. So this is the cover. That is it right there. And then this is the lamp that I'm using. I put it on a box so it can be high enough. Now this is the lamp. So here are cuttings that I've transferred already into this cardboard box. Now let me see. This is what I use in holding it. That's it. It's in a box. Look at cuttings that are rooting. Look at them. Some of them were rooted in water. Look at this one, is rooted in sawdust. If you watch my video, how to root fig cuttings in sawdust, you'll see there. So I've transferred it here. Look at, if you have watched my video, how to root fig cuttings in water, complete rooting guide, this is it. right here. And look at the roots. Look at the roots. Look at the roots. So much root going on here. So this is what I do. This one was rooted in water. This one rooted in water. This one rooted in water. I have the videos. Let me see which other one is. This one is rooted in water. So what I do, I bring them here so they can have light for photosynthesis so they can grow. In fact, this one, I brought it yesterday. It was whiter than this. It has started changing colors. You know, sometimes when you have them in heating bin that is dark, there is no light going through the heating bin into it. When they start growing, they come out white. I brought this yesterday, and now it has started changing color to green. And then one thing I do is that when I bring them here, I put it inside another cup that doesn't have holes, because it has roots. So if I water it, I don't water them too much, but if there is any extra water, it goes into the cup and it helps this cutting. It helps the roots. Look at that. It helps the root, you see, to go down and look for water. So this extra cup retains water that comes out of the cup with the cuttings. So you can see they are doing well. It's not costing me electricity the way it will have costed me if I am rooting my cuttings under light. But I use heating bin first, and when they produce roots, I bring them here to get light. That is cost effective. Now let me show you the cups that I'm transferring here. Remember? So I've put it inside this cup. This is it. You see it? So now I'm going to put it inside this cup so that anytime I water it, the water goes down into the cup. And sometimes what I do is I put water in the cup, a little bit of water, and then when I put this cutting in there, the root will draw up the water into the cup. So that helps the roots to go down to look for water. But once in a while, I give them water from the top, because I don't want the soil at the top to dry completely. So I give them water from the top once in a while, but mostly I give them water from the bottom. I pour water in the red cup, and then we suck it in just like this. This is what I'm going to do with this too. When I want to give it water, I will pour water into this container so that all these roots you see, they will go down to get the water. But once in a while, I will have to give it water from the top so that the top soil will not get dry. So this is one of the 3 cuttings. Remember, this is another one. See, I've not given it water here because if you touch the rooting medium, it's still moist. So I'm leaving it for now, but I'm going to leave it in this cup, so that if I have to give it water from the bottom, all I will do is just to pour a little bit of water in this cup, and once I drop this in there, the roots will be pulling the water up. So that's the second one, and this is the third one. You can see I've not put water here because the rooting medium is still moist, so I don't want to overwater it. Look at this root has even gone out of the rooting medium. Look at it right there. Roots, but once I start giving it water from the bottom, the roots will start going down to look for water. Now, right now, I've not started giving them soluble fertilizer. I want the roots to be more. So right now, they are still using the nutrients in these cuttings. That is what they are using. The nutrients in the cuttings is what they are using now. But I'm going to give them, in a few days time or so, I will start giving them soluble fertilizer. The first time I will give it to them from the top, so the top will be moist when the water goes down. If there's any excess, it goes into this second container, and then from there they can suck up the soluble fertilizer that is in the red cups. So right now, this is what I'm doing. It's saving me electricity bill. I root them in the heating bin. There are some that are not even in the heating bin. They're just out there using the room temperature to produce roots. Some of them were outside, not even in the heating bin. Some of them were not in the heating bin. But they still produce roots. And then this one, it looks like this one is drying up, and this is not good. This is okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. See, there is water in this cup, but it looks like this is dying. My super red hybrid. It looks like my super red hybrid, something has happened to it. Well, sometimes it does happen, but this is what I'm doing. So by the time this box is full of these cuttings, I have another box, and I have another lamp. You can see that this lamp has 2 bulbs. So I leave it on, and then sometime late in the night, no, not sometime, every night I turn it off, and then in the morning I turn it on, and then late night I turn it off. One, I don't want to get too much light bill for it, and then also they need to feel natural, because at night the sun doesn't shine at night. It becomes dark at night. So once it's anything from 10 p.m., 11, 12, midnight, I come turn it off. And sometimes I turn it on 10, sometimes 7 a.m., sometimes 8 a.m. There's no specific amount of hours. It depends on how I feel. But I don't leave the light all through the night. I don't. Because I want them to get used to that there's a certain time that it will be dark around them. So that when I take them out, then they will get used to the weather outside. You know, it is today is March 2nd. Spring will be officially declared March 20th. But the temperature is in the 70s now. So in the next 2 weeks or so, I might take them out. I might put them in my garden shade. They will be there for a week or 2 weeks before I will allow them get used to the morning sun. And after a while, I will upport them and put them out there. So this is what I'm doing. I bring them from the other room, from the eating bin. Those that I'm rooting in water, when they produce roots, I put them in cups. I bring them here, just like I don't. If you've watched my, if you watch my my video rooting fig in, let me see, is it in Ziploc bag that I brought this, that I rooted this in. Look at it. I transferred it in here. Look at the roots. So I want them to have more roots before I will start giving them soluble fertilizer. So this is all that I'm doing. I'm glad that you've seen all what I'm doing. We have to be creative. Creativity is good. Don't have to spend too much money on things that you can do yourself. So you can see how I transferred those cuttings into the cardboard box, and they're doing well there. It's not costing me much electricity. I know electricity bill will increase when I add the second cardboard box. It depends how fast the other cuttings are producing roots. This is March 2nd. In the next 1 week or so, the temperature outside will be warmer, that I can take the remaining cuttings that I'm rooting, take them to my garden shade. Why? The temperature outside and the temperature in this room will be the same. So they won't have no sunlight. Just put them in my garden shade and they will be there for a while before I will introduce them to morning sun, because part of my garden shade do have morning sun. So I will leave them at the area of the morning sun and get used to that before I will upport them in a bigger container and then leave them outside. So that's how to transfer your plants from inside to outside, so that they won't have sunburn or so that they won't die. So I want to thank you for watching this video. If this video has helped you, if this video has inspired you, if this video has encouraged you, please like this video. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you. I have so many videos on my channel that you can watch. It's not only on fig trees, not only on fig. I have videos on pepper, I have videos on tomatoes, I have videos on fruit trees, that will help you how to fertilize your trees in container, your trees in the ground. I have different videos on different items. So please subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell and click on all, so every time I upload new videos, you will be notified. Thank you for spending your precious time with me watching this video. I want to thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye.